Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg and I'm going to go over a coin called Kadena today. It's probably on my YouTube channel. I would say that Kadena is probably the most asked about coin, just based off what I'm seeing and everything. Most people request Kadena. So that should tell you something. At least that's telling me something. And people have asked me, do I like it? I've done videos on it. I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to make some changes because I had to investigate Kadena, let you guys know what was going on. So, and then the other thing is too, a lot of people are asking me is like, Greg, you're selling at the top and doing things, and are you accumulating? What are you doing right now? I will tell you what I am doing right now. Anytime Bitcoin goes below 20,000, I am buying Bitcoin. If it goes down to 6,000, 16,000 as an example, it's a target that I have, 16,800, because I think there's a little bit more downside. That's my take. That's my take on it. And I will get more Bitcoin. If it goes down farther, I'll get more Bitcoin. I'm not jumping heavily into any altcoins right now because with a coin like Kadena, I think there's a little bit more downside. So also, before I get into Kadena, go over some stuff here with you guys. If you take a look at this, I'm going to show you guys some stuff here, okay? Just some basic stuff off mathematics, running the numbers of why I don't recommend holding coins in the cryptocurrency market as a hodl position. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just be careful which projects you decide to get into. Like Bitcoin would be an argument you could make for holding long-term Bitcoin. Ethereum, yes, you can make a case for that. The other coins, it would be something I would be very, very careful of because the coin might not make it, as an example. So to give you guys to use as an illustrative example is Luna. I mean, look at Luna. Everybody was so sure Luna was the next thing, and look at it. So you have to realize that can happen to the coin that you're hodling right now, that could happen to the coin that you're dealing with. You have to realize that. Am I saying that it will? I'm not, but it could. It could. Everybody was so sure of Luna. I had a discussion with a guy that was so sure Luna's going to go and I'm going to buy it. I said, look, man, you have to realize the chart's telling me something different. So just be careful with Luna, okay? And it was no kidding. 3 weeks later, that happened to Luna. So you have to realize that the risks that are involved with the coins, and also the risk too, like things that are going on and the bad actors that are involved in the space, like the example, like the Alex Mashinsky guy. I'm not too sure, but it sounds like to me what he was doing, he's taking your coins and he's going out to these ragtag other projects to yield with your coins, and then he's getting the higher interest rates and then passing off to you the little bit interest rates that he got to enrich himself. So that was what was going on. And I figured that out like back in 2021. I figured that out back at the end, what the little game of magical musical chairs that was going on, small scale, large scale, as an example. He was doing it at a bigger scale. It was pretty obvious to me. So you want to be careful of something like that too. Now, here's what I'm going to let you guys know. Let's say, for example, here's Bitcoin, and you have some Bitcoin, and you accumulated it through here, and then you hit the $100,000 mark on Bitcoin. You hit the $100,000 mark on Bitcoin up here, and it was high five. Everything, man, made 100 grand. You have 100 grand, a bag worth of Bitcoin up here. Okay, so that's about 1.2. Let's say $100,000 in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went to almost $70,000. So let's say, as an example, you had 1.2, 1.3 Bitcoin. Okay, or one and a half Bitcoin. So let's say 70 plus another 30. No, we'll say 1.5 Bitcoin. How about that, guys? 1.5 Bitcoin is what you have. 1.5 right here. $100,000 worth. Now your bag is going to diminish by 70%. So now it's worth 30,000, but you still have 1.5 Bitcoin. Okay. So you have 20,000 plus another half. So you still have 1.5 Bitcoin. Let's say, like me, you would have sold it up here in this area. And let's just say, for example, I didn't sell the top. Let's say I sold early and I have 80,000. So I sold 1.1 Bitcoin, right? I sold 1.1 Bitcoin. That's what I sold. 1.1 BTC, like that, okay? BTC. So I have 1.1 BTC, but I have it in cash now. I sold that BTC. So about 80,000 is what I sold. I sold 80,000 Bitcoin, 80K worth, right? Now I'm down here. I have $80,000. I have $80,000 in USDC or $80,000 in cash or fiat, as an example. Okay, so let's say that's the bottom BTC. I buy down here at 20K. So now I'm going to have, in this instance, 4 BTC. I just picked up 4 BTC. Okay, you see that? So the person that hodls has 1.5 BTC. Now I have 4 Bitcoin. You see the difference? I've tripled the amount of Bitcoin that I got just by selling up here as early and then waiting for it to more or less bottom out and come down here. Now I have 4 BTC. So just by, instead of not hodling and just coming up with a strategy to dump some of your bag, or if all of it, depending on how much risk you want to take. And I've almost tripled my BTC. You see? Okay, that's a strategy. That's the way that I do. The reasons why is because I don't like to ride portfolios down 70%. That's not a strategy. That's not a strategy. You could call it a strategy, but I just don't think it's a strategy. I take more of the trading point of view to let some of those guys know that I don't like to hodl cryptocurrencies. You can make a case for Bitcoin. You could, but still 70% dump is a significant dump. So now what also you can do, you can see, not only did I get almost 3 times as much Bitcoin in this scenario, okay? If at some point, let's say I took $20,000 right in this area and I shorted it, okay? Right from here to there, that's it. And maybe from here to here. Let's say I shorted Bitcoin, okay? So if I took the 20K in Bitcoin and shorted it from this point to this point at 37%, and then took it right there and shorted it again a little bit without even doing the whole thing, just portions of it right there, I can easily gain another Bitcoin. Easy. So now I have 5 BTC by implementing a short strategy. So the person who hodled still has 1.5 Bitcoin. You can see from this point to this point, from the high up here at 68,000 down to the bottom to 20K, they still have 1.5 Bitcoin. But now I have, through the process of selling it, I have 5 Bitcoin. Now I do have, that's 4.5. Now I have 3 times as much Bitcoin as a person who just hodled. I have 5 BTC now. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for people, the strategy of how you can just be coming up with a strategy where if you do sell the top, you're gaining Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin, guys. If you're selling somewhere up here, you don't even have to sell the exact top, just somewhere near there, at least a portion of it, and how much more Bitcoin that you can gain. Most people don't look at it like that. It's going to fall and you're going to come down here and catch it as an example, or wait for it to become bullish and grab more of it and gain a lot more Bitcoin just by going, okay, it's going to drop and I'm going to get some more. Okay. And you can do that with Bitcoin, because what is going to happen is Bitcoin's going to be down here and it's going to go up again. Okay. It's going to go back up again, guys. Okay. So now I have 5 BTC, right? Let's say it goes back up again. I have 5 Bitcoin, just like that, up to this area. Let's say $70,000 worth of Bitcoin. They still have, if they have it accumulated, this person still has 1.5 Bitcoin. So their bag now is $110,000. $110,000. So the 1.5 Bitcoin person is $110,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? So that's how much that they have. How much am I going to have? So you take the let's say 70,000 times 5. 70,000 times 5 is $350,000, guys. You look at it like this. It's $350,000, $50K. If Bitcoin does that move, you see the difference? You see, even just on one move from this peak to this peak and implementing that strategy, take your 1.5, sell it, pick it back up. You went from somebody who just hodled the Bitcoin, they have 100,000, and now I have 350. I have $250,000 more in USD. If you use that method, go by USD method, or I have a lot more Bitcoin. I hope that makes sense. I'm making sense to some guys of what can happen. And then see what happens is you have a compound effect. When you sell and you pick it back up and it goes back up, you sell and you pick it back up, you will have a compound effect. Just like when it goes up, you pick up BTC down here, the lower you pick it up and the higher it goes, it has that compound effect. You know, the cheaper you get it, it has that it does, you're doing the same thing. I hope that makes sense for you guys. That's an implement the strategy of what I like to do. Okay, so all right, guys. So now I'm gonna go over Kadena with you guys and let you know that I was studying this chart. I'm gonna make some changes, and the reason why I was studying the Kadena chart here is that I was looking at this this move that it made. Okay, I've always had something over here with Kadena to try to get it going. So here's the deal. When I was looking at Kadena, I said, you know, this is looking like it's becoming a diagonal. And then the other reason I was looking over here, I'm like, why is it holding on to this area so strong? You know, I see this right here, but there's something going on here I can't put my fingers on. It's just not making sense to me. I'm expecting Kadena to do a drop, and I still am. I still think Kadena can get down to these areas, okay? And what I decided to do was go investigate a little bit more and check out if there is actually more data on the chart. And guess what? There is. I'm missing a bunch of data on the chart. So here's the deal with Kadena, in my opinion, just going over the basics, is that it is making a diagonal type move, in my opinion. One of the reasons is if you go through here, this is a three-wave move. You can see clearly there's a peak right there, and then up for divergence. So you can see, I'll show you guys, there's divergence right there from that peak to that peak. What does divergence mean? Bearish divergence. So the RSI is lower here and the price is higher. So it made bearish divergence. So that's an impulse move, came up. So this is a three-way move. Here's a three-way move down. And then right here is another three-way move up. Now on this wave, I gave Kadena a throw over. Because this will be just too high. If you do like this, you know, it's just too high of a price target up here. Like making Kadena go up to $500 is in the next wave run is just not realistic, guys. So I would not, you know, I would put it down a lot more and give it more like a throw over in this area. Okay, with Kadena. So this is the move. Potentially, this is probably going to end up being my primary account. Now, here's the other thing that I was looking at too, and it makes sense. If you see this area that Kadena is coming into, and you bring it right over here, it's touching right on top of this wave. So now it makes a lot more sense to me. So in diagonal type moves, if this is your 1, 2, your 3, your 4, your fourth wave will come into the price territory of your wave 1. So here would be the move for you guys, like this. 1, I back down for a 2, up for a 3. This would be your 4, and it's going to shoot up onto a 5, a fifth wave up here. Okay, potentially easily breaking all-time highs of $27 or $25, and then maybe even shooting up, you know, based off this, potentially over $100. I mean, that is a possibility. This move right here, let's see, it went from, you know, 14 cents to $1.69 of 1,100% more or less. And let's see, this move is 8,000%. So 33 cents more or less to about $27 to $29. So something it's similar nature over here. Let's say this fifth wave can be the biggest wave, guys. If you think on an expanding diagonal, just to let you guys know, this is an expanding diagonal. Okay, what that means is this isn't actually a motive wave, and it's doing a three-wave moves here. So an ABC, an ABC, an ABC. This is actually WXY as long as it's a zigzag family, and it's shooting. It could shoot up. This could be the most explosive wave for Kadena. Okay. So that's a possibility you want to keep in the back of your mind. Like I said, I'm going to be in this coin. I like Kadena. I like the coin. I like lots of things behind it. There are VCs in Kadena, okay? I don't think that is a bad thing. They're in it to make money, so you might as well jump on their train and go along with them instead of trying to fight them. Hey, they're there. The VCs are going to be in the market space, in the space. So, instead of fighting against them, you just jump in with them and ride it up with them. That's my position on that. It has a strong community, very, very strong community. Ryan Mata promotes it. He's still around, We're in a bear cycle and he's still around doing videos. So, that should tell you something. I mean, look at some of the other YouTubers. Look at them. Where are they now? They're nowhere to be found. These guys are gone, man. They were like, when the bad news comes, they're like scattered like, sheep. Boom, they're gone. So, and Ryan Mata's not. So you got to give the guy credit. You have to give the guy credit, and he does a good job of promoting it, So there's a strong community behind it. I like it. I will be involved into this coin once I believe it's bottom, but it's done with its correction. So that's my take on Kadena. I like the coin. I do, because I think there's a potential to make a good amount of money right here, guys. That's why I like the coin right here. Okay. I will be partaking in this. If Kadena is going to go from here to here, I will be partaking in that. That's the reason why. Okay. So, the correction here, I'm going to go over the correction with you guys. It's a WXY. This is ABC move, a three-wave move. And this is an X-wave type move right here. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E move in there. And then this is another A, B, C. I'm going to go down into this area and break that down a little bit for you guys. So here is the move for Kadena. It would be like this, guys. I'll put the move on there. A W and an X and then down for a Y. Okay. What that means is this. The W has a three-wave move. The X wave is a connector wave. And then this is a three-wave move. I'll show you guys. Here's your W. Here's your X. There's your Y. Okay. The X wave connects the W and the Y. Okay. That's all that it does. The X wave can pretty much be any type of corrective move. So I'll break it down for you guys and show you. Here's a B, C, just like that. The X wave will connect this ABC to another ABC like this, just like that. So you have ABC here, ABC there, and the X wave just connects them. That's what we call connector waves. All right, guys? Just to let you know that. That's what Kadena did right here. So now the area, I'm going to go to this area for you guys. I'm making this video kind of long. I don't like to make them this long. So let me get rid of this, clean this up for you. This is an A wave and it went up on a B. Okay. That was an explosive move off the bottom. It made a nice B. I'm gonna check the Fibonacci on this move. Okay, see 50%. Yeah, so 50%. It was a massive move, B wave. So it's coming down, in my opinion, in a more like a diagonal type move. What it's doing. So from here, it's a 1 and back up on a 2. It came down for a 3 and it's up on a 4. Dragging out 4, and now I think it's just making another three-wave move to wander back down to those areas. I do have a potential lower target of below $1 on Kadena. Okay, guys. So it's going to be this area, the 90 cents to the high end on $1 for Kadena is what I'm expecting, more or less. I might not make it, and if you look at the overall picture, I'm going to go out to the weekly chart for you guys. Take a look at that. is what it's going to look like for Kadena. So come down to target box area, come right, and it's already in the price territory of wave 1, which is good, and then should consolidate and get ready for the 5th wave in this area. So this is the move Kadena would make. This would be a 1, 2, up for this 3. This is the 4th wave, and it should have an explosive 5th wave move based off my analysis on that chart from CoinTrader Pro. Okay, and you know what? I think I'm going to be right. Not to boast or brag, but I bet you I'm going to be right. Now, if you're bearish, just go on the bearish count. Then this is not good. Okay, this is not good for Kadena because this is a 3-wave move here. So you'd have a W and then a bounce on an X to these areas and then swing back down for a Y. That's the bearish count. That would not be good, and Kadena be breaking a sequence. I don't think so, guys. I think it's going to complete the sequence. That's just my take on it. Look at the RSI down here on the weekly. You know, it's taken everything out on the weekly chart over here, all of this over here. So it's getting ready, warmed up. Corrections coming up. Like I said, with the quant video, it's kind of doing the same thing as quant is, and it's going to make that explosive move. I think Bitcoin is going to go down 15,000, maybe 16,800 is my target that I have, generally speaking. One more dump for Bitcoin, thereabouts, and then it's going to form a bottom, and then Kadena will have a chance to make a move. It'll probably be another A, B, C like this, guys. The B wave might drag out for a little bit, and then it'll move out of there like that, okay? All right, if you made it all the way to the end, do me a favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.